gives this woman in marriage this time. Beautiful bride. Well, you guys made it. Yeah, the weather's not bad. Yeah. How are you feeling this morning? Focus on you guys. I do just want to say first off that I'm beyond honored to be here and to be standing here as a part of this. Thank you all for letting me be part of it. So, family and friends, we're gathered here to rejoice with Pat and Elsie to celebrate the decision they made together 60 years today.
Mommy.
Now, I've known Pat and Elsie for a little over 10 years now. I've not known a couple more committed to one another and to the Lord. And so one thing I've learned in the past 10 years that everybody in this circle would be able to attest to is that once the Moores consider you family, you're family. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so, Pat, shared with you before that my that my dad's dad passed away when I was in 3rd grade, and my mom's dad passed away when I was 3 months old. So you've been the granddad that I haven't had for a long time. So I want to thank you for letting me call you granddad and be a part of that. And Elsie. Trying to get through this. I love how perfect you are for granddad, and I love seeing you both and both of you guys interact together and how you both complement one another in each area, and you're both truly blessed by the Lord that He's brought you together so many years ago, and that He's sustained you and kept you steadfast throughout this year. So back on that day, 60 years ago, in celebrating the vows that you guys, that you guys took 60 years ago, let's look back to that day. So the Bible tells us that for this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united with his wife, and the two will become one flesh. And after that day, you guys weren't just Pat and Elsie anymore. You were the Moores, one flesh, one entity, and one unit. So the Bible also says that the relationship between a husband and a wife is like that of Christ and His church. Ephesians 5 says that we're to live a life of love just as Christ loved us and gave Himself up as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. And that's the kind of love that you guys show one another. And you entered into a covenant with the Lord that day and told Him, each other in the world, that there was no one else that you'd rather spend your life with, that you would go to the ends of the earth just to be together, and that you would lay down your lives for one another. So because of this love, in the presence of your family and your friends, you will once again pledge your commitment and vows to each other. So Pat, do you take Elsie to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to love her and cherish her, and to honor and sustain her? Do you commit to be faithful to her in all things, so long as you both shall live? And Elsie, do you take Pat to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to love him and cherish him, to honor and sustain him? Do you commit to be faithful to him in all things, so long as you both shall live? Okay, well, we've got one little part here. We'll wrap it up. So if you guys could turn towards one another. And yes, Granddad. So I, Pat Howard Moore, still take you, Elsie Mae Moore,
Still take you, Elsie,
to be my wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, until death do us part. I, Elsie Mae Moore, still take you, Pat Howard Moore, to be my husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, husband and wife. And what God has joined together, let no man separate. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you once again.